Hi everybody, we are on this second week of the course this week here, week beginning June the 8th. This is Tuesday, so this is the first video, Q&A video for the week. I can see that the teams have been created. So we have two teams. Congratulations, you already overcame the first challenge of the course, which is to create the teams in a virtual way. So very good. So this week, what I expect you to do is to review the materials and course documents and links under information on model logistics companies. And that's this area here. So you have information here about Uber Freight, Uber itself. Uber Freight is a division of Uber Technologies. C.H. Robinson, XPO Logistics, J.B. Hunt, Werner, Knight-Swift, Old Dominion. This covers most of the trucking or trucking related, the largest companies in the United States and in consequence in the world. Some of the information here, particularly these analyst reports and key statistics, it's being provided so that you have as much information as possible. Always think of this project, as I said before, as a real project. So if you were starting a company that would compete with Uber Freight, you would want as much information as possible. Having said that, some of the information in these links would require you to do some Googling or a foundation on finance. An intro to finance would probably be enough, but if not, you can do some research and find out. So for example, in this analyst report from Morningstar, most of the information here is actually in textual format and relatively easy to understand. There are a few things here like often they will mention moats, right? Economic moat, and they will mention here in the text the company has a moat. This is a technical or a jargon term used on Wall Street to refer to the barriers to new competitors that a particular company has. So the wider the moat, the more barriers to competitors. So a company that is very dominant in a particular industry would have a wide moat. And this is in reference to medieval castles. They would have the moat around them. A wide moat would protect them against invasion. So that's the basis for that. So you will see things like those. You don't have to understand everything in these reports. If you read them, you will probably understand most of what is being discussed here, and that will give you an idea what these companies do, and hopefully will help you get some insights on what you need to do for your company, the company that you are creating. Now, so you overcame the challenge of creating the teams. Now you have to move forward working on your project. You cannot wait, because if you wait, you very soon we're going to get to the end of this course and you're going to get into a panic mode, desperation, and then you're not going to write a very good report, right, or document, which is based on this template, report template. So you have enough information here, including the template itself, to know what you need to do from now till the end of the course, and also in the syllabus, right? Now, next week, you will have to post your project progress videos, 10 minutes each max. by 1 p.m. on Wednesday on this courses online discussion board. You should post it on this thread here. Here, project progress presentations. And those who are not in the team that prepared the video will have to post individually their comments by 1 p.m. on Thursday. So the day after the day it's posted, and you should follow the instructions on the syllabus. I am very to me, it's very important that you follow the instructions in the syllabus, read the syllabus carefully, and follow the instructions to the letter. The reason I do this is that when you work for a company or you start an organization, you're going to bid for contracts. And typically, in the instructions on how to bid for the contracts, you have some details that if you don't follow, if you don't meet deadlines, you simply are removed from the competition. So it has really serious economic impacts for a business not to follow instructions to the letter. Now, of course, if there are problems in the syllabus, I'd be happy to answer questions and even revise the syllabus if the need be. I see here that under questions and answers, there are no questions beyond the questions that have been so far, that have been, no, there are no questions here. So, but as you can see in these Q&A videos, I talk about things that I think anticipate questions that you may have. One obstacle that you will have to overcome in this project is to tell me and the rest of the class how you're going to get customers, because you may have a good idea, you may have a nice website, how you're going to get customers, how you're going to get people to go to the website, truckers and shippers, and use it. This is something you will have to overcome. Let me tell you what with one of the companies that I started, it was a consulting company, and we specialized in helping part manufacturers, car part manufacturers, truck part manufacturers, get a particular type of certification called ISO 9000 certification using technology, using local area networks. So we got into this very specialized area, and as it turned out, there was a lot of demand for that. But how did I get the customers, right? How did I get to people to know that I could provide consulting, my company could provide consulting in that area? So what I did was to approach the cities, the city where I was, the city's Chamber of Commerce, and they had a lot of companies on their database, and they provided training on the various topics on a regular basis, subcontracting to people that had the expertise on those topics. So I offered to provide training to people on how to get ISO 9000 certification. And then this was very successful because it was in high demand, this topic at the time in that particular city. So I would get like 50 people each class, and I would teach this course every month. So of those 50, about 5, so about 10%, would ask me to do consulting work for them on an ad hoc basis. In one of those 5, so a small percentage, would actually give me larger contracts. So hire me for a longer term, like a year, 2-year consulting contract. So these long-term contracts were the ones that pay the bills. So this company grew. I ended up hiring more consultants, but I hired them as franchisees. not to have employees. So what I would do is I would franchise my consulting approach. I would create business cards with these other consultants' names, and they would be franchisees. So they would work for me under my name, under the name of the company that I started, which was called Coke Consulting and Training. And they would participate in these projects. So this started well, and it was going very well. I ended up interrupting this because I went to do my PhD, so I stopped this company and I sold the accounts. But it was my way of getting started. So you could do something like that with your system, right? Providing training to shippers and truckers, organizing a conference that would be targeted at truckers, that type of thing. You have to think about ways in which you would do that, but you need to have an idea of how you're going to get customers. Okay. You also have to think about how you're going to get the capital to start this company. One good thing about software companies, cloud-based companies, is that the capital to get started is not very large. This is true for most software companies, as long as you have the technical expertise to develop the technology within the founders. If you have to hire software engineers to implement your software, then you are in trouble. You're going to be spending a lot of money, so you need a lot of capital, because a good software engineer for a system like this would be costing you $100,000 a year, and this is an underestimation. Okay, if you want a good project, a good product. So now, if you have that expertise in the team, that's a different story. If you watch the Shark Tank episodes, the episodes, several of the episodes of that show, you will start noticing that the sharks, they tend to be wary of funding software firms unless they see great potential for growth, and ideally if they already have customers. Otherwise, they are wary of supporting software firms or technology firms in general, because they know that it's a money drain if you don't have the expertise in the company. Also, when the person that is making the pitch for the sharks, if that person is very technologically savvy, then that makes the sharks more interested. So those are the things I wanted to mention, and they sort of anticipate questions. But if you have questions, please post them here. You'll probably get an answer very quickly, because I'm creating 2 videos per week for this course. And again, congratulations on forming the teams. And this concludes this video.